Yeah. I think honestly, the mental piece of it is probably the biggest indicator of success, and that has a couple different forms.
Uh,
So that's
okay, okay.
how much do you actually love lacrosse? Because
Mm,
there's a lot of it when you get to college, and you have to really love the sport to want to put in the work to keep getting better because especially as a freshman, like no one's going to come in as a freshman most likely and be the absolute best player on a team, know everything, be
mhm,
perfect, be ready to go. Like they have to love lacrosse enough to want to keep getting better and see a player recognize a piece of their game that they really like and want to emulate and then want to improve on. So I
mm,
think that part is big. The mental preparation of being able to handle everything on your plate is big. The mental part of being able to be a good teammate and recognize, like, okay, this she's playing these reps, these aren't my reps. I think that that sometimes supersedes skill because it's just so different from high school. Everybody on your
yeah,
team was the best player on their high school team. So how are
yeah,
you able to manage that and keep wanting to show up every day and get better? That is definitely a big indicator. So when we meet with players, there's just certain ones that you have a phone conversation with, talk to them in person throughout the recruiting process, and you're like, man, that kid just gets it. Like they can have conversations, they want to talk lacrosse, they love lacrosse. And maybe there's an aspect of their game that's not perfect. But you believe that with that type of kid, you can make that player better. And I think there's other players who sometimes you talk to and you're like, man, they've got every answer. They're the best player that ever lived in their mind. And I think that those players are the ones that will struggle because the game is evolving so much that everybody's still learning. I'm still learning. So to be, 18 years old and think you've got it all figured out, that will be a harder player to figure out. And sometimes those do have incredible stick skills and incredible skills. But the player that is willing to keep growing is definitely the player that's going to turn out to be better in the end.